Now, let's have a moment to respond to Teddi and Kyle, since I was the one that asked, Kyle, why do you keep thrusting Teddi upon these women when they clearly don't like her? You see, you couldn't hear me because of the roar of the audience when I said thrusting Teddi. They just lost it after that, so you didn't hear the whole question, so maybe that's why you weren't able to respond correctly. Now, we have Garcelle and Sutton on tape throughout the past 2 seasons dissing Teddi, saying they don't like Teddi. Why was Teddi there? I mean, we've got them on tape, so it's clear they do not like Teddi. That was my question. Why do you keep bringing Teddi around these women when they don't like her? Now, I was expecting an answer like, oh, they actually get along quite well behind the scenes, and that's only what the camera gets. Or I think they really have so much in common that they will eventually really get along well. Something along those lines, because I don't know why because I personally would never subject my friends to people that don't like them. So that's why I asked what I asked. Nobody was trying to hurt your feelings, Teddi. Because it really was Kyle, why are you putting Teddi through this? Were they talking about her? That's a question I would be asking Teddi. Low-key, I'm on your side. But nobody was trying to hurt your feelings. I actually enjoy your podcast sometimes with Tamra. I just wanted to know why Kyle would bring you around girls that are talking mess about you. That was the question. And because you two actually are on the show and have a lived experience, I figured maybe there was something that the cameras didn't show. But you probably couldn't hear me because the second I said thrusting Teddi upon child, the audience just went crazy. But I have to say, Kyle, that look on your face. I got you good. Oh my goodness. Oh, that look on your face, that was priceless. That cameraman did not move. He was like, hold it on her, hold it on her. And you were poised. You were very poised. You was like, I know he didn't. I know he did not. But now everybody on the cast except for Sutton is like, I'm friends with Teddi. I'm cool with Teddi. Now we can roll tape on that one. And y'all wasn't so cool with her last season and season before. But now y'all bosom buddies. So if the heifer around this season, I don't want to hear no complaining. Get your cast together, Kyle. That's your cast. You better get them together. Everybody put your spit guard up. Everybody put your spit guard up. Come on and put your spit guards up. Come on and put your spit guards up. It's time for Carlos Thic Tounge King. His spittle is why I sing. Everybody get your spit guards up. Get your spit guards up. So let's see what Dr. Frogface Hevanly and Carlos Thic Tounge King had to say about this dry premiere. I only got 4 minutes and 38 seconds worth of content out of it, but they managed to drag on and on for an hour. Do they have anything valid to say? Well, let's see. And I still want to know, Hevanly, did you power wash your house? Oh, they got Thea on YouTube, on the Throwback TV channel. At least the first episode. Ha! We start off with Hevanly saying, oh, Carlos, you weren't frozen, you were just stiff. I agree with that. Carlos gonna say, we're not messy, we're the messengers. Well, since you're a messenger, why don't you put out a message about your shows? You got all this time to talk about Bravo Bull when we want to hear about your own shows. So they talking about Potomac first, and he enjoyed the premiere. I did too. Instead of calling Rob the Throb Robert De Niro, we're gonna call her Rob in denial. I don't think that she's in denial. I think that she's letting him cheat in peace. Hevanly said, well, you know, we've all been stupid for a dude, and Thic Tounge actually had a point. We was stupid for a dude in our 20s and early 30s. Knocking on 50 when you already married this fool before you know what it is. But I will say this, she ain't gonna do no better. She ain't gonna do no better. Ain't no new type of dude out there. There is feces in the dating pool. You better stay with him. And your boring self with your femininity, I'd stay with him. That's what you want. I feel like good men have been discontinued. She at the flea market of men now. Everybody's scratching dent. Child, Hevanly said, I don't know what I'd do, Carlos. She'd let her man cheat in peace. Cheat in peace. Carlos has an interesting theory. He thinks that Juan doesn't like Rob the Throb because he keeps disrespecting her in public. And I have to agree. But a lot of men don't like their wives. Hevanly said as long as Juan was employed, I'd let him cheat in peace. But now that he's broke as a he-hank, you can't be out here embarrassing me. Carlos thinks Rob the Throb should leave the show for her mental health. I think Rob the Throb is fine with it. I really do. I think she's an astute woman. She just don't care. So after their pity party for Rob the Throb, we get on to Married to Medical. Carlos likes that Sweet Tea is thirsty. So Carlos thinks that Sweet Tea fits into the group just fine, and I agree. Hevanly thinks that she'll benefit from the group, but doesn't fit in. No, she's your reflection, just with a Texas accent. Hevanly gonna say we're gonna get this country bumpkin together. But what are you, Hevanly? What are you if not a country bumpkin? You're one project away. So now Hevanly's saying she got Sweet Tea on the show to go against Quad because she was talking about Quad behind her back and she wanted to see Quad annihilate her. That sounds like messy Hevanly. Hevanly also said, well, you know, it only makes sense for me to want Sweet Tea on the show because then this gives Quad a plot line because she needs a check and we all need a check. Hevanly got a point because they was trying to squeeze you out, Quad. Now they got to bring you back. Hevanly said Sweet Tea's body looks like a 67. So Carlos wants to know what made Sweet Tea so special that Stuart Little went on and messaged her back. Hevanly said it's because she'd give him a baby and because she's going to be who Quad wasn't. The wife that's going to be the homemaker that's home when you get there, that's making you dinner, that's waiting on you hand and foot. However, Hevanly said she's going to morph into Quad because she's now around all these bad bitches. I could see it because she definitely gives me copper digger. Maybe not copper, but nickel. I could see her looking for some nickel. Hevanly says that Stuart Little only pays the mortgage to say he pays the mortgage and he ain't really breaking you off nothing, which I believe because he ain't got that kind of money. But now we get into Phaedra. So Carlos says when Phaedra came onto the screen, it gave him a good feeling of nausea, but he realized that Atlanta isn't good anymore because all the people that were magic are no longer on the show. Phaedra wasn't magic, she was a liar. She accused Candy and Todd of drugging and assaulting someone or attempting to. That's not magic. That will never be magic. That is beyond foul. Hevanly hopes that with Phaedra on, they'll finally get the same treatment as the Housewives of Atlanta or the Housewives of Potomac. I think because Housewives is just a stronger franchise, but I don't know if Phaedra is going to get you the eyeballs you need. I mean, Phaedra hasn't done anything interesting or iconic since she left Housewives. I mean, she tried to be Phaedra Braxton. That didn't work. She went on a couple reality shows. It was nothing of note. There was no viral moment. Her pretending to be in love with these men, girl, boom. I have to say, though, Hevanly, she's going in on Sweet Tea, but she's leaving everybody else alone. She's not being as horrible to the ladies as she was in past seasons. Because it really seemed like you just came online to just say as many evil things about them as you possibly could. And that's my job. And I'm not even that harsh. So Quad apparently did get a DUI, and Toya put it out there because she was accused of having a DUI and it wasn't true. So this was her vindication. I ain't mad. Carlos said, do you miss Contessa? Hevanly said, I wish Contessa the best. Yeah, her marriage wasn't set up for reality TV or success. Okay, well, that was the shit.